Okay, this teaching, yeah, is going to be all to do with the news. And the news is so important, yeah. I'm gonna tell you why. First, before we start, this website is called forexfactory.com. And what it does is it has all the news events, all the economic news events that are going through the week, and you can see how many there are, yeah. And just to show you, the white folders is usually bank holiday. It's like there's going to be no effect in the market. Yellow folders, they're pretty, you know, they don't really do much to the market. Orange folders, they're pretty mild. Yeah, they could be quite severe. Red folders, yeah, these are the ones you want to watch out for. So when there's a red folder on the Forex Factory website, it means that there will be large effects on the currency pair. Now, think about it. Why is this important? Because there will be a large move in the market at these times on the days of news releases. So let's go through the day. Yeah? Let's go through the days. Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday was boring. Yellow folders, even orange New Zealand, we don't care. The main ones we want to look for is USD. Because why? Currencies are default to the USD, and we care about the DXY. All red USD folders or some orange USD folders will impact the DXY. So Wednesday we can see was pretty boring. There was a red Canadian one. Thursday. What is Thursday? That's tomorrow. We have Eric Bailey speaking tomorrow. CPI and core CPI. They're red. This is your inflation, by the way. CPI, yeah? And it's a red folder. Now, what can you expect tomorrow in the marketplace at 1:30 p.m. New York time? Yeah? 1:30 p.m. New York time, what we can expect is a large injection of liquidity within the market. There will be a large move in the market. Now, why is this important? If we're expecting a large move in the market, remember lesson one. Before every large move, what do we expect to see? If it's a large bullish move, what do we expect to see? We expect to see some lows get taken out. If it's a large bearish move, we like to see some high taken out. So now using this, yeah, using this, just using the fact that tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. New York time, yeah, so that's actually no, it's 1:30 p.m. New York time. Well, yeah, 1:30 p.m. New York time. There's going to be a large injection of liquidity within the market. Now, I've taught you a lot already how to view the market, and the market is not random. Everything, and in mentorship, I'm going to go into so much detail and open your eyes so much, yeah, that this market is rigged to the T. Everything happens like a Swiss timepiece. Everything is on time, yeah. So we have an order block and we have this imbalance, yeah. Price can go there, yeah. That's a nice area for price to go to. And we have an order block here. Here, there's sell side liquidity. If you go on a lower time frame, it's going to 2 hour. We see that the lows are equal, yeah. They're pretty equal. Now, let's have some logic, yeah. Let's have a logical discussion. What do you see on the 1 hour? What's gone on in this week? Has it been a trending week? It's pretty sideways, right? Now, from lesson one, what did I say is the logic behind a range or consolidation. I want you to apply logic here to everything. You have to think 3 days ahead in this game, and it's going to make so much sense to you guys. And this is, I should save the level of teaching I'm going into this for mentorship here, but I'm going to give it to you guys again, yeah? By chance, quote unquote, by chance, right? The market this week, yeah? So today is the night, today's the 8th, ninth, right? 8th was Tuesday, the 7th, that's Monday, yeah? By chance, it's been in a range for the start of the week, it's been in a range, yeah? And then suddenly on Thursday, there's going to be a news event. So there's been a consolidation until tomorrow's news event. Why would you want to make a consolidation up until the news event? You want to induce buying and selling to happen at the same time, right? You need liquidity in the market, right? Because that news tomorrow is going to wipe out this range. Tomorrow you will see the DXY trend. Yeah? Now let's look at a higher time frame. A weekly. Yeah? From the weekly, you can see that last week was mega bearish, yeah? Let's go on the daily. And there's a little gap to fill. Okay? I think we're reaching into this low. Yeah? So in saying that, I want the news to take out what I'm expecting it to do. Yeah? I'm not going to say it's going to do this or that. I'm going to tell you what I expect it to do. Yeah? If I'm bearish the DXY, I want these highs. I want this liquidity above here to get snatched. I want it to go into around this area. Yeah? When it goes into that area, what happens? Buying is induced into the market. People will think that the news is going to go up. We'll see what happens with the news, and I'll do a commentary after tomorrow. I'll try my best to get a commentary done for you tomorrow, later on, when the news events passes, yeah. But just for the record, let me get the path out. Something like this, yeah, and a rejection, something like that, yeah. Oh, let me get that saved on. So something like maybe around here, and then I want to see it to come down here. Think about if you are making the market, and you know that there's an economic event coming out on Thursday. What would you do? What would you do, yeah? Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, knowing that Thursday will have a big move. It makes sense for there to be a consolidation. Does it make sense to you now that this market is rigged? Yeah? And how it's rigged, who rigs it, the level of rigging, that's for mentorship. Don't ask me about that stuff, yeah, because that's purely for mentorship. Yeah? There is one logic that I'm keeping back from you guys, and that's only going to be shared in the mentorship, yeah? But making a consolidation, yeah, making sentiment in the market, all of this, yeah, all of this being made in the market, all this build up a liquidity for a big move to come and take it out, for the big boys to use the news as a excuse to take people out. It makes sense, right? The news, I don't trade the news. I have quite a few people that ask me, "Oh my, do you trade the news?" Because I know you like you always talk about news events. Why? This is the reason. Yeah, I'm telling you lot straight up. This is the reason. News events and what you should write down because you already should be taking notes because I don't need to tell you not to take notes now. You should know when it's an OMA video, you're taking notes straight up. When you see those red folders on Forex Factory for the USD, the DXY, you are expecting there to be a consolidation before it because there will be an injection of liquidity with that news event. That's it. I don't care if the news is good. I don't care if it's bad. All I know is that time of day there will be a move. And now, what I want you lot to do tomorrow, if you can, before that news event happens, yeah, half an hour before that news event, watch price. Don't enter. Watch price. Watch what happens with price. Yeah? Watch what happens during the news event. Watch what happens after the news event. Trust me. Yeah? And there's so many news events every week. Yeah? So look, next week, Tuesday, that's PPI, GBP, USD, USD, USD again, Euro. Every single, like, every week there is many red folders. That's why I pick Forex over crypto. There is many more news events and it allows for more liquidity within the Forex markets. Yeah. So the takeaway from the news that I want to speak about is the fact that you look at the news events and you expect large moves to happen. Yeah. Now, if you can put lesson one together with what I'm telling you, I'm not going to always spoon feed you guys here, but lesson one talks about the liquidity in the market, where liquidity is resting, yeah, above highs, below the lows. And then this teaching of the news events, you expect what to happen at the red news events? You expect there to be an injection of liquidity in the market. You piece together what the news could be used for. Yeah, that's the question I'm asking you guys. What is the reason for these news events in the market? Yeah. Now, my crypto people, yeah, let me just say something to you guys. Yeah, CPI. What is CPI? The Consumer Price Index, a measure of inflation. Yeah. What is crypto? What is the thing about crypto? They say that the dollar is so susceptible to inflation, and crypto isn't. Tomorrow will be something big for Bitcoin. Yeah, because inflation measures are coming out. The statistics for the inflation in the US economy is coming out. So, what's Bitcoin doing the whole week? Again, it's in a range. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if both sides get clapped on Bitcoin, but expect something to happen on Bitcoin. Let's go on Bitcoin weekly. Let's apply some logic to Bitcoin now. This whole week has been very bullish for Bitcoin, yeah? This whole week has been. So let's apply some logic. Doesn't it make sense for to price to run up and get everyone long and then news comes out and then short? Start to become a critical thinker, yeah? There's many other tools that I'm gonna save, but this is the news is just one of them, yeah? Try to get in the mindset of that. Think about what's happening every single day, why it's happening. There's so much levels to this market. Trust me, it goes the rabbit. Like I said, the rabbit hole. It goes deep. Yeah. Okay. That's the first teaching done. Yeah, and that's the news. I wanted to make another teaching because I don't think tomorrow I'll be able to do one. Yeah. So the second part of this one, I'm gonna give you lot an entry technique. Yeah. Let me introduce you to something called the OTE. The OTE. Yeah. What the OTE stands for is the optimal trade entry, and it's to do with the fib. Now, if you want to know what levels I use for my fib, I will tell you guys right now. Yeah, let me just get it down. These are my fib levels. Yeah, I'll just leave it here for 10 seconds so that you lot can see it. It has to be in this order as well, by the way. All right. I can talk all day about the OTE and the fib. I'm gonna save some of it for mentorship. I'm gonna give some of it to you lot now. You lot hear all the time. Why don't we buy low and sell high? But if I want to buy high, I buy low. I would want to buy all the way to. I would buy Bitcoin at 100 if I want to buy low. But is it ever going to get there? No. You want to sell high? Well, how high do you want to sell? I want to sell Bitcoin at a mil. Is it going to go to a mil? Who knows? It's subjective. Yeah, buying high, buying low, and selling high is subjective. What the OTE does, it looks at a range of price. So from here, from this high to this low. Yeah, that's a range. And then it tells you 50% of this range. Above it, yeah. So there's the 62, 70.5, and 79. Above 50, that's called fair price or fair value. Yeah. Above that, so if you want to sell, do you want to sell below 50% of the price right now? You want to sell high, right? So why don't you sell above the 50% where everything's a bargain? Yeah. Everything's high, so you're going to be selling for a high price. Well, that's what the OTE does. Apply some logic into the market. Yeah, that's what the fib does. It tells you how expensive and how cheap the price is. Yeah, it's just other people can't apply logic. They just think it's a tool for the sake of it being a tool. No, it tells you how expensive it is and how cheap something is. Given a certain context, I'm only leaving for the mentorship. Now, I'm not going to give you everything of the OTE. It goes very deep, and I'll be here talking for hours. Yeah, essentially, is a retracement entry technique, and that's what you guys want, a retracement entry technique, yeah? So, if my bias is bearish, yeah, I'll wait for a high and a low to form. When this high and this low forms, I want price, and now this is where patience plays a virtue, yeah? You want price to go above anywhere the 50%. Below the 50%, why would you want to sell below the 50%? It's too low. It's cheap. You don't want to sell when it's cheap. You want to sell when it's expensive, right? So you wait for price to go above halfway, and this is where you start to look for your entry. So you see some rejection in this wick, yeah, at the 70.5 level, and you see rejection. Take a note of this. Let me get this out. Oh no, it's not there. Where is it? It's this one. Yeah, the rectangle. So these three levels, yeah, the 62, 70.5, 79, that is the optimal trade entry. These three, because you're getting price at such a bargain, yeah. When you're selling here, price is high. It's above the 50% and it's significantly above the 50%. So when it goes here, as long as your bias is right, you can literally enter the trade like this, assuming that it's not going to make a 100% swing, but your stop loss at the one and your target there, and that's a 2 to 3, like that. Just entering onto 70.5, that's a 2 to 3. Yeah. And if you think that I cherry picked this, let's go, let's go on the Euro USD. And let's go on the 1 hour. I can see with my eyes, this is an OTE right here. 62, rejection off of it. Comes straight to the 50. Now, this is so interesting, yeah, and I'm going to save it for mentorship. But just this, yeah, if you look at this with your eyes and you try to make sense of it, there's a study just in this price action right here with this fib, yeah. Now, let's go intraday levels, so for like 15. Whoops. It hasn't really come there. The trade I took yesterday, the live trade, remember? That was, I think it was this high. Yeah, I think it was here. Was it here? It was one of these ones. I think it might have been this one. If you see me, yeah, let's go into the video and watch it, and I'll give you an overview of it. Yeah, let's do that. Listen to. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, start that again. Boom. I'm expecting. So buyers was delivered to. Yeah. Now, if I want to get short on the DXY right here, there is a high and a low. So I want price to come in near the optimal trade entry. So it comes into and above the 79. So then I want to get short on the DXY. I look at the Euro GBP. Remember, the Euro GBP, I don't trade it. It's just a way to know what's strong, the euro or the pound. Yeah. Now, I'm sure I get a fib out as well. Okay. Do I get a fib out? Okay, I don't get a fib out. This is at 8. This is around. Alright, so 6, yeah? 6 yesterday. Let's go back. Okay. It's this bit, yeah? It's here. That's the trade, yeah? So, low to high. If you entered at 79, yes, you take a drawdown. You take drawdown. 100%. Drawdown's not a problem. Stop loss is a problem. Drawdown is normal. Yeah? And you see how the bodies of the candle, yeah? Not the wick, but you see how the bodies, they stay above the optimal trade entry. There's a reason behind those things. If you understand why a wick is a wick and why a body is a body, you'll understand. Yeah. So I wanted to get long on the GBP USD. If you want to get long, how do you get long? Now this is where do I get long? Where do I get long? Let's use a logical approach. Let's buy at a cheap price. So from here to here, yeah, this is how I'm going to determine where price is expensive and cheap. Yeah, so the 50%, anything above that is too expensive to buy. I don't want to buy it when it's expensive. I want to buy it when it's cheap. When it comes below the 50, now it's starting to become cheap. 62 is the first bit I want to look at. Yeah, even if you done 62, stop loss at the 1, you would have made a profit. And you would have won that trade. Even at the 70, you would have made more profit. 79, it doesn't always get to the 79. Yeah, doesn't always get to the 79. There's ways to know which one it can come to. Again, that's for mentorship. But if you view the market like this, you want to get long. Okay, let me find my low and my high. Yeah, and I want to get in. I want to buy it when it's cheap. That's all you want to do. That's what it means. Remember, Omar is breaking down buying cheap and selling high to you now. You hear it all the time. But this is the context for it. Yeah, low, high. You want to buy it cheap. Then it goes up and you win. Can you imagine yesterday's trade? If you took profit around here, that would have been like a 1 to 10 trade. Yeah. If you flip it on its head, yeah. Let's look at this. So once it got up here, if you wanted to short above here, it goes to this low. Yeah, remember? So you got your high, you got your low, comes to the optimal trade entry, and it goes down. Comes up again to the optimal trade entry, and it goes down. That is such a simple entry technique. Yeah. So It needs to be in line with your bias, yeah? If your bias is wrong, your OTEs will be wrong. So you need the right bias, yeah? Assuming your bias is right, the OTE is amazing. It is amazing for entry techniques. And a lot of people will charge you for this, yeah? But this is ICT's optimal trade entry, yeah? There's a lot of videos on the optimal trade entry, but I've just condensed it because there's a lot of waffle on YouTube, yeah? So just to reiterate all the points made, the optimal trade entry is a technique showing you how expensive and how cheap price is given certain parameters within price, so a low and a high. Okay, you want to buy cheap and you want to sell high. That's all the optimal trade entry does. It allows you to identify low prices and high prices. Yeah, in doing that, you have the best probability to win the trade because you want to. It allows you to identify buying cheap and selling high. That's what you want to do. Yeah, it gets very advanced, hella advanced. Yeah, that's going to be safer than mentorship. But just this, if you can blend it with other things, it's very, very powerful. Like, I use the OTE every day. Yeah, I consider the OTE every day. Do not overlook the OTE. The OTE, given that it's in the right context and given that everything else is in line, that price delivery is in line with it, the OTE is enough. It's literally enough. Yeah? Okay. So that's this teaching, yeah? There's two teachings. I know there's a lot in this one because it's two in one, but make notes of it. Watch it again if you have to watch it again. Pause it when you have to pause it, yeah? What I want you lot to do is, yeah, a little task for you guys. Because you guys, I get good feedback about the task. You say it helps with your learning, yeah? Go on forexfactory.com. Whenever there's a red USD folder, so you can go back in time, yeah? You can go back on time. You can like here, it will go back. That's January, and then you can just keep going down, yeah? Um, look for every red or go through the last five USD, yeah? USD folders. Go on the DXY, and the time and date of those red folders, see what happens on the DXY, yeah? And take notes of it. Journal what happens, yeah? When red folder happens, this happened. The next one, this happened, yeah? You'll start to see something. I promise you, your eyes will start to see it. Right now, yeah, I'm just training your eyes. Once your eyes are trained, it's easy, yeah? The second task, using the fib and the levels that I have on my fib, yeah? Find OTEs in the market, yeah? So go on the daily, yeah? Go on the daily, find a bearish day. So like find, I don't know, any bearish down candle on the daily is going to be a bearish day. Yeah, oh, there's a lot of days. So for example, let me go on this day. Go on the 15 or the 5. Just want to get rid of this. Sorry. Yeah, 3rd of Feb. Get rid of this. It comes right back to the 1. Yeah, it's not the best example, but if you go on the low time frames, if you go on the 5 minute, I'm pretty sure there's a low wicks. Yeah. When you see a low wicks, go to the time frame below. It's just a little tip. Yeah, it's not a big tip, but it's a good tip to have. Yeah, because wicks on the smaller time frames, there will be candles. Yeah, because 3 5 minute candles build up a 15-minute candle. So if the 15-minute candles are wiki, there'll be candles on the 5 minute, yeah? So high to the low, and you got your optimal trade entry from this high to this low. And actually, this is a very good example, yeah? What did this candle do? I'm not gonna tell you a lot, but for the people that are actually studying, why is this candle nice? What did this candle do? Yeah, what did this candle do? And then you can optimal trade entry off of it. I want to touch on Euro USD quickly. Euro USD, yeah, on the daily. So the high of this, look at here, yeah? The high 829, 838, very equal, very equal. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is gone tomorrow. I would not be surprised if that's gone tomorrow. Yeah, before that gets taken out, you want to see what happens though. I'm not going to say any more than that, yeah? Before this gets taken out, you want to see what happens in price. I'll try and make a commentary tomorrow for you guys after the day is done, the trading day is done, yeah? But make sure you make notes, yeah? The Forex guys on the news, even the crypto guys, you want to consider the news for Bitcoin because it's paired against the dollar, yeah? And then the OTE works on Bitcoin. I'm sure it definitely works on crypto, yeah? I know people that use it on crypto. Practice the OTE. Of course, the OTE alone doesn't work. There has to be specific things in place. But it's an entry technique. If you have it in line with your bias, if it's right, if your bias is right and your OTE is in line with your bias, you will have some success with it. Trust me. Yeah. It's not going to win all the time. Just like any other technique, it doesn't win all the time. But it's a very logical approach to the market. Yeah. All right. I hope you guys make some notes on that stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Yeah.